In this video, I'm going to show you how you can set up your white label account, which is one of the upgrades inside of RocketVideos that allows you to rebrand RocketVideos as your own software. You can do that on your own domain with your own logo, your own branding, etc. Now, to get started, you first go to the left menu here and you open the white label button where you have this section where you need to set up your white label account. I'm going to do a walkthrough. We have different settings here, also for your email and for users. But we start in the settings at the top of the menu. First, you need to come up with your brand name. So in this case, my example is Nova Videos. So I've created this logo here and I want to rebrand RocketVideos as Nova Videos. So that's what I'm going to type in here. The brand name, we're going to say Nova Videos. And then the domain name, you need to register a domain name first. Now, to do so, I recommend you to go to Namecheap, for example, where you can register any domain name you like, as long as it is available. So let's say you want to do it space videos AI, for example. You search for this domain name, and then you can just choose from the list of available domain names here. Space videos AI.video is available. You can see here .com is available. You can add this to the cart and you can purchase it. Now, I've already done that here with novavideos.space. This will be my new domain name that I'm going to use to rebrand RocketVideos. So I'm going to copy this domain name. I go back to RocketVideos and I'm going to paste my domain name in this field here. Domain name is novavideos.space. And make sure there's no space at the end. And then for the demo video URL, you can record your own demo video of RocketVideos, or in this case, of Nova Videos. And you can upload that to YouTube. So this is my example video here. I'm going to grab this URL and I'm going to paste that inside of RocketVideos in the white label section here so that the users will see my video. Now, the same thing for logo. So you're going to choose your own logo. So I've created this logo. So I'm going to upload my logo here. And for the fave icon here, I'm going to choose the fave icon that I created. So you just need to create a small square image with a part of your logo or whatever you like. And you can upload that as well. And once you're done here, you're going to click on Save Settings. So the next thing that you need to do in order to run this on your own domain is you need to forward your domain, your CNAME, to RocketVideos. So that part you can see described here. So it says create a CNAME record for your domain pointing to business.rocketvideos.pro. So we're going to copy this part and now we go to Namecheap and we open our domain name. So when you see the list of domain names, you first will see this section here. So it will open your domain once you have purchased it and you will see this part in here. Now, what you need to do is you need to go to Advanced DNS. And if you do not have Namecheap, this will be very similar in other platforms as well. But basically, you need to search for Advanced DNS. And we can read or delete every current record in here by pressing this icon here. Yes, this trash icon. We're going to delete this one as well. Yes. And we're going to add a new C record in here. So here it says add new record. We're going to press that button. And here you have a list where you can choose from. So here we're going to choose the CNAME record. And for the host here, we're going to type the @ sign like you're seeing right here. And in the value field, we're going to paste business.rocketvideos.pro. So that's the section that we just copied from here, business.rocketvideos.pro. And we're going to paste that in here and we're going to click Save Changes. Now, adding CNAME records may cost some time. So they say in general between, like say, 1 minute and 24 hours before this becomes active, because our browsers, etc., need to be updated in order to adapt this change here. So it may take some time before this becomes active. I also recommend you to not immediately check your domain name, even after you've purchased it, this domain name. Even after you've purchased it, do not visit this domain name. Do never visit this domain name up front. Otherwise, your browser is being cached. And it's really difficult to get rid of that cache within a few hours. Even though everything is updated, your computer is still not updated and you may not see the changes. So I recommend you to at least wait for about 10-15 minutes before you're going to visit your domain name. But basically, we've now followed the instructions on the Y label section here to run RocketVideos, in this case, Nova Videos, on our domain, novavideos.space. So we can check this in about 15 minutes. From my personal experience, this is the time that's needed in order to make the changes visible. So I'll be back once this is ready. Now, another way to check if your DNS is pointing towards the RocketVideos server is to go to dnschecker.org. So go to this domain name, dnschecker.org, and then fill out your domain name. So in this case, this is novavideos.space, and change this part here to CNAME because we've added a CNAME to our record. And then click on search. And as you can see, all domains or all locations are already pointing to business.rocketvideos.pro. So that means that novavideos.space is ready to be used. So when we fill that out in our browser here at the top, novavideos.space, and we hit enter, you can see that right now, boom, there is the login on novavideos.space/login. So I can now log in here into a new area. So when I fill out my login details here, and I hit my password and I log in, you can now see that there is the tutorial video here at the start that we configured. Plus, we can also see our logo is now inside of the app. So this app is now fully branded to our domain with our logo as if it is our product on our domain name here, novavideos.space. Now, the next thing that you might want to set up is the email here. So we now have Rocket Videos on our domain with our logo. The next thing is the email section. By default, we will send emails to new users, etc. But you can also use your custom SMTP. So when you enable this, you can fill out your own details. So in this case, for example, we do Nova Videos as sender. And from email, so let's say we have support@novavideos.space. Now keep in mind that you need to have these SMTP details yourself. You cannot use our details. So you need to fill out your host, your port, encryption, username, and password. So in this case, we only registered a domain name at Namecheap. So what you need to do is you also need to have hosting, some kind of hosting, because Namecheap only provides you with a domain name. It does not allow you to send emails. It doesn't provide anything. So what I'm using personally myself is Hostinger. So you could go to Hostinger, like they've the plans here. You could pick one of these 3 plans here where mailboxes are included. So you can set up mailboxes. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to show you how you can add your email linked to your domain inside of Hostinger. So first of all, when you're logged into Hostinger, you need to go to your websites lists where you can see your websites listed. And you need to add a new website here by clicking this button, add new website, and just click empty PHP HTML website. So we're not actually going to add a website, but we're going to connect our domain for email. On this field, we click on skip here, but we fill out our domain name in here. So we're going to do, in this case, novavideos.space. So it's going to search if this domain is being registered. So here it says, hey, this domain, do you own this domain? Use it. Yes, we own this domain, so we're going to use this. And it says the domain is registered by another provider. You'll have to verify you own it, but that's all okay. So we're going to click next. And now it's going to add this domain to our hosting account so that we can set up our email. So it has been added. We go to our websites, we go to our website list, and now you can see here novavideos.space. It says domain not connected, but we go to the dashboard here. And once we're in this dashboard, we just neglect this part here. We go to the email section, we go to email accounts, where you can see all these emails. These are just other email accounts of myself. But we're going to click this because you have email service included. You can click on setup and it says free email is available only for domains linked to a website. So we're going to select a domain. In this case, we're going to do novavideos.space and we're going to click confirm. And here we're going to set up a free email account. So we're going to click on start for free. And then we fill out the details here. So this is our email address. So in this case, it's support@novavideos.space. And we need to enter a password. And then we click on create so that it creates an email account. And here it also says we want to connect apps and devices. So let's see here, recommended apps. We can say server settings here. And here we have the settings that we need to use in our RocketVideos settings. However, we're not finished yet, so I'm going to make a screenshot of this page. And you should take a screenshot or just copy the details here so that you have that notified somewhere. And we're going to click on complete because one thing that we need to do here is in novavideos.space, it says here that it needs to have MX records. So here it says add MX records. So when we click here, you can see that we need to add these records to our Namecheap here. Just like we added the CNAME record, we now need to add the other records as well. We fill out these details, we create record for these details. Also here, we need to go and add these details as well. So there are 4 tabs here that we need to add to our Namecheap account. So we start with receiving emails. So it says we need to add an MX record with an @ sign to mx1.hostinger.com. So we're going to copy this and we go back to our Namecheap. And we're going to do add new record and we're going to do an MX record here. So let me see where that is. Actually, it's in another setting here. You can see here it says mail settings. So here we need to choose the custom MX here. Choose this record here. Now we can add the records in here. So we go back to connect domain here. We use this value here. So we're going to do the host is the @ sign, remember? And the mail server here is mx1.hostinger.com. There's a priority, which is 5. So we simply going to add that in here as well. And then the TTL is 14400. So we're going to do, well, in this case, just set this to automatic because we cannot configure that in here. And we're going to save the changes. Now you can see this record has been saved. So you're going to do the same thing, add new record. We're going to add a second record. We're going to hit the @ sign. We go back and we copy the second value here, which has a priority of 10. So we're going to paste that in here. Priority has 10. Leave this to automatic and we're going to hit save. Now we go to the second tab here, protect your reputation. We're going to do a txt @ and we're going to copy this value. So this txt record can be added here as well. Sorry, I'm incorrect here. I should add this in here. Add a new record, a txt. And we're going to do the @ sign. And we're going to paste the value in here. And we're going to save this. There you go. And we're going to do the same thing for increase email deliverability. We need to add CNAMEs. So we go back, we click on add new record, and we choose CNAME record. And we're going to copy this first part, the name here. We fill that out in the host part. And in the target part, we're going to copy the first line. We're going to do that for each one of them. So this is the first one. We're going to save this. We're going to add a new record, CNAME record. We're going to copy the second one here. We're going to add that. We're going to copy the second record here. And we're going to add that. I'm going to save this. Same thing for the third option. We're going to copy this. I'm going to add a CNAME record. Host. Paste it in. Copy the third value. Paste the third value. And save the changes. So now we've added the first, second, and the third, and then the message authentication. We do the D mark here. We copy this, and this is a TXT record. So we're going to go to add new record, scroll down to TXT, copy the value or the name. Now we copy the value. I'm going to paste the value in here as well. And we're going to hit Save Changes. Now again, all these changes that we are adding here also take between 0 and 24 hours to take place. And again, most of the time when you wait about 50 minutes, this will work. So basically what we've done now is we connected all the email settings, like receive emails, protect reputation, increase email deliverability, message authentication. We connected that to our domain name in Namecheap. So you first need to have hosting in order to be able to send emails, because RocketVideos will use your settings when we go to email here. It's going to use your custom email settings. These settings that we're going to fill out here are using your hosting account to send emails. So that's what we're going to do. Now, we filled out all these details. So we're going to click on check again to see if it's connected. So here you can see this one is already connected, but this one not yet, and this one not yet either. So here you can see this one is correct. There's no exclamation mark here. So it takes a little while for all these records to be connected. So I'll be back once this has been finished. Now, once all these settings have been applied, the only thing that you need to do is you need to fill out these details. And remember when we set up our email address that I took a screenshot of this field here, or this area. What we need to do basically is we need to have our outgoing server, because we're going to send emails. So it's smtp.hostinger.com. So I'm going to screenshot this with my copy tool, smtp.hostinger.com. And we need to fill that out in here. The host is smtp.hostinger.com. For the port, it says here, the port is 465. So we're going to fill out 465. And then the encryption here, SSL, because that's also here. See that? Encryption, SSL. And then the only thing that you need to fill out is your username. So in this case, this is support@NovaVideos.space, because that's the email address that we created. And then our password here. And then you can send a test email to check if everything works. And once you've done that, I fill out my email address. You can see here that the email is verified. And now your white label account will be sending emails from Nova Videos. When you create an account, it will be sent from Nova Videos. When people ask reset their password, it will be used from your email account. You can see it's verified, it's working, and now you can start using your white label account. Now, the final thing that you want to do is you want to create users inside of your account. So to do so, you can click here on the users tab and you can add users here. So when I click on add user, you can give this user a name. So in this case, I'm going to call this test user. You give this an email address. Let's say we put like this, and a password. And you can assign the credits. So in this case, I have 77,000 credits. You can say, okay, this person is going to get 5,000 credits and it's an active user. I'm going to add this. So this is the area where you can manage the users. You can also see here that the status of this user is active. You can also deactivate this user if you like to deactivate this user here. And now it's deactivated. And also if you like to add extra credits, so let's activate this person again. We can say activate. We can also say we're going to add new credits to this person. So we're going to click on add. We want to do 2,000 extra credits. We're going to click on add credits. And now you can see this person has 7,000 credits. In the edit section here, you can also change their details. Let's say they forgot their password or they're contacting you. You can always update this information in here. And this is basically how you set up your white label account inside of RocketVideos.